Welcome back. This is CerealSnax. Today I'm looking at a jumping puzzle in the Harathi Highlands area. Right northeast of Arca Lake, you have to enter through the water, right over here to the right of this orange circle. And really all you do is jump up this mountain to get in. This jumping puzzle is called Fawcett's Bounty and Fawcett's Revenge. There's actually two jumping puzzle achievements you can get. One of them is really for failing the jumping puzzle, and the other one is for succeeding. So the first step is to actually come into this room, and there are multiple pedestals. You can see there's one right here, and then there's another one up above that waterfall, and then there's one in this back room over here. And I'll show you that really quick. And really, all you have to do is grab the boulders from the stream. So when you stand on these, you can see the torches light up. Now, what'll happen is you have to actually put a boulder on each one of the platforms, and then it will light up all the torches and open up the gate for you. So we'll put this last boulder here on this one. It'll be good to go. Now, it should have opened the gate, and it did. So then when we go through here, there is actually I'm going to actually do the failure part first, and that is really just when you jump on this floor, there's places you can jump and places you can't. And that's one of the places you can, and so is that. Now, even if you step on one that you can stand on, it will eventually fall. So you'll see here, because there's rocks falling. See how it made that one weaker. Now, if you fall through like this, you will get the Fawcett's Revenge achievement. So by dying, you actually get one of the achievements. That's pretty easy to do. So that's the easy part. Okay, so I'm back in here after dying, and I'll show you. There's round type looking rocks. You can see the first one here, and the next one there, and those are the ones you want to jump to. The next one's a little bit difficult to see, but it's right there. There's one there, and another one. And then you can kind of see it now to the right. And as long as you jump on those round rocks, you'll be okay. So that's relatively easy once you figure it out. And now comes the part. Now I got joined up with this other character, and you can see there's some cuts in the video because we were kind of fighting stuff, and I don't want to have too much footage of us just running around fighting. But I joined up with this person named Raven of Loxley, really cool player in Guild Wars 2, so props to her. She was real helpful in this puzzle because it's really difficult if you just have one person to go in here because of the traps, because of the amount of enemies. And there's a part later on you'll see where it could be a real tedious process if you didn't have a friend with you. It's possible, but it would be tedious. So you can see there's these traps that pop up. You can see the red circles popping up on the floor. You just want to avoid those traps. You can see I got hit by one. See, I don't even follow my own advice in these jumping puzzles, so don't do what I do, just do what I say, and you'll be good. Alright, so now there's this little maze here, and really what we did is you bear to the right. That's the direction you want to go first, is the right path, and as long as you bear to the right, you'll eventually make it through the entire puzzle. So let's see here. So you can see there's this pile of skeleton. There's a skeleton leaning up against a pile of boxes. You want to go right. It's a maze basically, and it's filled with creatures and ghosts, and like I said, you don't want to be caught doing battle in here for too long, because eventually you might die, and then you'll be stuck, going through the entire thing all over again, doing the boulders and everything. So, and in this particular junction, you can see there's like a torch and some boards leaning up against the wall, and there's even a shield embedded in the floor. You just want to bear to the left. So it's basically like right, left, essentially. And that'll get you through. Once the floor starts to curve down like this, you know you've gone the right direction. So it looks like my partner's actually a ranger, and that's very helpful with these type of areas. Actually, I found ranged weapons are great because you can take out these mobs from a distance before having to worry about it. Now, some of you may recognize this from The Goonies. This is a very similar scene when you pop into this room with this ship in here. And there's some more nods to that movie as well in this jumping puzzle. That's one of the things that makes this jumping puzzle really pretty special. It does remind me a little bit of World of Warcraft: The Dead Mines too. Of course, there's Raven of Loxley saying, "Oh my God, it's the Goonies." So the next step to this is to go left off of the waterfall and fight all these enemies that are up on this kind of platform that's built on the side of the waterfall. And this is why I say that ranged is nice, because you don't have to get too close and draw everybody. You use your guns or whatever and just shoot these people so that you're not stuck dealing with them up close. Because when you do dodge rolls and all that on a jumping puzzle like this, you fall in the water, you fall all over the place, and then you're stuck having to redo a lot of it. So just continue on, and you shouldn't have a problem. I'm just gonna fight these creatures really quick, and I'll show you the next part. The next part is, I think, actually the most difficult part of this jumping puzzle, and that involves jumping on these beams so you can get to the ship. You can't get to the ship from the water, so don't bother trying to swim in there and trying to find it. Now, it's cool to swim around the ship and play around in this area, but it's not going to get you into the ship if you do that, so you have to go up this direction. So we found that out the hard way. Now, if you go up here, yeah, see, we're just fighting our way up. Now, these creatures on this particular platform respawn very quickly, and this is what I'm talking about it being tedious, because if you are stuck in here and you keep falling, you're going to have to keep coming up this platform and re-killing the mobs over and over and over again. So once you get past that part, you want to avoid having to go back. You want to just make it through here. So there's a little cave that goes up and around, and then there's a little beam that sticks out from this waterfall, and you just want to make sure that you can get onto it. Didn't even have to jump. I could just kind of inch my way up onto it. If you jump onto it, you do risk falling, of course. So just go across here. Now this is the part that was the most difficult in terms of a jumping puzzle, and I've actually done some editing on the video here because of the number of times it took us to do. I didn't want to have you guys watch that. So you'll see here, Raven's actually ahead of me in this particular case, and it's not, like I said, it's not easy. You can kind of see how I did it. I moved to the front of the beam for this particular jump, and on this one I just kind of stayed where I was in the middle, and then this one, the same thing, kind of, I just jumped across. Yep. So it's hard to tell with the boxes of the characters where you're actually going to land. Now, to get to the mast, my tactic was to jump where the cross beam meets the mast, and the reason is because if you miss the little tiny cross beam, at least you hit the mast. And there, see that? So that worked out nicely. And I didn't have any trouble with that, so I don't know if anybody really does, but that's kind of my safe one, was to fight to jump on that cross beam area. Now these guys, you can't attack them unless you jump down to the deck. And actually, I'm going to edit this because, embarrassingly enough, I actually died. So this is why it's good to have a friend with you, because Raven was able to resurrect me, and that allowed me to then continue on. If I had died, I'd have to go through everything again, of course. So now the next step is pretty easy. That was the bulk of the jumping puzzle, and now you get to just hang out on the ship and enjoy your success, more or less. Now the achievement, Fawcett's bounty, is actually in the hold of the ship, so you have to still fight your way through these crew, and you can see that they are level 39. So if you're not at least level 39, or you're, well, I'm 38 in this particular video, and that's why I had a little bit of trouble. See there, I got Fawcett's bounty. And you don't even have to go into the hold to actually get the achievement, but the hold has a splendid chest, so it's worth fighting these guys. And plus, the ship itself is pretty cool to explore, and you'll see why in a second. So it's worth killing all these to get down there. But like I said, if you're not at least 38 or 39, you want to be real careful about doing this puzzle alone, just because of the difficulty, especially when you've got three level 39s ganging up on you. It's not always easy to take them out solo. So just a word of warning there. And the next step is really just to go down into the hold and claim your just reward. Now this is the part that is the coolest about this particular puzzle. If I can find the hold here, run around the ship. The ship is really pretty impressive, so it's fun to run around, take screenshots and that sort of thing. And like I've said before, the best way to take screenshots, of course, is to lie your character down and then do Control-Shift-H, which hides the UI. And so there you can see, it's just like Goonies. We've even got our own dead pirate captain sitting at the head of the table, just like that movie. So pretty cool. And open up the chest and get your splendid reward. So I took away the UI there just to see kind of what it looked like. Open the chest, and of course, like all splendid chests, you get some cool drops usually from it. So I got 2 blues and a gold doubloon, which actually increases my magic find, so that's nice. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed my quick run through of Fawcett's Revenge and Fawcett's Bounty, and if you liked, please like and subscribe. So thanks for joining me.